You've had a goal since you were 15 years of age that you
Yeah.
finally achieved.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
When I was 15, I got kicked off my first roller coaster because I couldn't fit. And being in California, where better to celebrate except Disneyland? And we got every single ride in. I think in one day I think I walked almost like 10 miles that day. It was crazy. So we just went from park to park and no issues fitting. So
What was
it
it
was
like?
awesome.
What was it like?
Oh my gosh, I felt like a kid. I think it was like it's the happiest place on earth. That's what they say. But yeah, it felt awesome.
Amazing. You are healthier, you are happier, you are enjoying your life. I heard that maybe you even found love.
Well, it's still new, but he's wonderful. Yeah. He's very handsome. He's much younger than me, but he gives me a lot of energy. So he's wonderful.
It's so exciting to see you excited
Yeah.
about your future rather than afraid of it. And it really, you've come so far. And I know it wasn't overnight, but so quickly in many ways. I know every day was hard, but here you are. And I would be remiss if I didn't invite into the conversation Chrissy's bariatric surgeons, Dr. Milton Owens from Coastal Center for Obesity, as well as Dr. Daniel Cottom from Bariatric Institute of Utah, both joining us now via Skype. You have one happy patient, gentlemen.
So, kind of an unusual case, or maybe not so much, in that you had to remove something that was done during a previous bariatric surgery, correct? Removing a lap band. So tell us about how much more difficult it made, and then what you did when you were there to take Chrissy to the next level.
The band was probably put in originally to get enough weight loss to make the other operations possible. And taking it out at the same time that we did the sleeve added a little more time, but not much more in the way of difficulty. And that was the first step towards a considerable amount of weight loss. And then she went on to Dr. Cottom to get the second step and still more weight loss.
And so how does the future look for Chrissy with the sleeve that she has now? Just continue to lose more?
The key is that she continues to see some bariatric physician so that she remains accountable for her weight, both to herself and someone else. And then she just has to follow a very prudent dietary and exercise plan for the rest of her life.
And Dr. Cottom, we looked at a sort of a visual of the surgery that was ultimately performed on Chrissy. What are your thoughts on her outcome and where she goes from here?
Well, for her weight, she's had an outstanding outcome. Starting from over 500 pounds down to her weight today, she is on the outliers of successful patients. The aggressive approach that we had to take with her with doing the duodenal switch was absolutely necessary, and statistically, only this approach works for patients who start out that heavy. So she's a typical patient who weighs over 500 pounds, but her outcome is better than most. Well, that's a testament to how hard she worked at this, and she's really embraced the changes that we've made for her, and this will allow her to keep her weight off for the rest of her life.
And Chrissy, before we close this out, what through this process have you learned not only about yourself, but what message you might have for others who are in maybe the position you were in when you first walked on this stage?
I think there was so much doubt and fear in the beginning, and I think there was a genuine piece of like me and my soul that I'm like, I can't do this. It's too much. I'm too far gone. And I think that I've learned that I can do it, piece by piece. And it might take a while, and there might be, roadblocks along the way, because it's not easy. No matter what tools that you have, it's not going to be easy, but it's totally worth it. And you just have to start somewhere and have really great people on your team and a support system along the way.
Because you've worked really hard. You lost 120 pounds with diet and exercise before surgery. Mm-hmm. So I want to remind people at home of that as well. So you worked hard before surgery, you had the surgery, and you're still doing the work.
Yeah, you have to. And it's just getting a new lifestyle, new routine, and it all starts to fall into place once it starts clicking in your head a little bit, and then sky's the limit.
Chrissy, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
We're so proud of you, and certainly Dr. Owens, Dr. Cottom, thank you both so very much for not only your excellent work with Chrissy, but for joining us today.